Kitab Al Jilwah, the Book of Revelation. Before all creation, this revelation was with Melech Ta'us, who sent Abd Ta'us to this world that he might separate truth, known to his particular people. This was done first of all by means of oral tradition, and afterwards by means of this book, Al Jilwah, which outsiders may neither read nor behold. And we see that there's a lot of rituals that we're not going to go into. Well, perhaps I will at some point, but the litany that has something to do with the 73 periods of persecution, which every once in a while changes, right? And that obviously takes it back further than 1162 of the Common Era. It takes it back to ages that can't be quite verified historically. And, it takes it back before any possibility of Zoroastrianism, possibly indicating that this culture, Yazidi is just the newer word for something much older. Sheikh Fakr ad-Din, the secretary of Sheikh Adi, was to dictate it, and the copy was wrapped in linen and silk wrappings, and kept in the house of Mullah Haidar of Badri. Twice a year the book is taken to Sheikh Adi's shrine. And that's what Isa Yusuf says. So who is the current person now? So 1909 version. Chapter 1. I was, am now, and shall have no end. I exercise dominion over all creatures and over the affairs of all who are under the protection of my image. I am ever present to help all those who trust in me and call on me in time of need. There is no place in the universe that knows not my presence. I participate in all the affairs which those who are without call evil, because their nature is not such as they approve. Every age has its own manager who directs affairs according to my decrees. This office is changeable from generation to generation, that the ruler of this world and his chiefs may discharge the duties of their respective offices, every one in his own turn. Now, shaitan in the Avestan means cast out of a place, and you look at the myth, and it's the same old devil. And the God of this world and age, the Christians have picked up this idea, but they don't take the side when calling this. So they hold an exalted view of Satan, but don't recognize the same power that they're referencing. I allow everyone to follow the dictates of his own nature, but he that opposes me will regret it sorely. No God has a right to interfere in my affairs, and I have made it an imperative rule that everyone shall refrain from worshiping all gods. Now, apparently intercessors and stuff are allowed, but straight up taking other gods are not quite there. But if you're taking things as intercessors, that's really taking things as lesser gods anyways. But Iblis, for example, means, the spirit of hope. Diablo, the separated consciousness, as you could say. Of all the books of those who are without are altered by them, and they have declined from them. Although they were written by the prophets and the apostles, there are interpolations, as seen from the fact that each sect endeavors to prove that others are wrong and to destroy their books. To me, truth and falsehood are known. When temptation comes, I give my covenant to him that trusts in me. Moreover, I give counsel to the skilled directors, for I have appointed them for periods that are known to me. I remember necessary affairs and execute them in due time. I teach and guide those who follow my instruction. If anyone obey me and conform to my commandments, he shall have joy, delight, and goodness. And chapter 2, let's remember that the original volume is like said to be 100 times as big or something like that as the current that was rendered into what we're looking at. Chapter 2. I requite the descendants of Adam and reward them with various rewards that I alone know, but over power and dominion over all that is on earth, both that which is above and that which is beneath, are in my hand. I do not allow friendly association with other people, nor do I deprive them that are my own, and that obey me of anything that is good for them. I place my affairs in the hands of those whom I have tried, and who are in accord with my desires. I appear in diverse manners to those who are faithful and under my command. I give and take away. I enrich and impoverish. I cause both happiness and misery. I do all this in keeping with the characteristics of each epoch, and none has a right to interfere with my management of affairs. Those who oppose me I afflict with disease, but mine own shall not die, like the sons of Adam that are without. None shall live in this world longer than the time set by me, and if I so desire, I send a person, our second, our third time into this world, or into some other by the transmigration of souls. Now, if you look at the evidence when the Yazidi culture, as it would later be called, was at the widest spread, it was spreading into Turkey. It was spreading, you see actual evidences in Göbekli Tepe and some other places of what you'd call Yazidi culture. But reincarnation, the Greeks had it before the Hindus, but the Hindus wasn't a religion, but the Hindus did, for thousands of years, didn't write about reincarnation. But it seems you can directly tie it to this Yazidi culture. Chapter 3. I lead to the straight path without a revealed book. I direct aright my beloved and my chosen ones by unseen means. All my teachings are equally applicable to all times and all conditions. I punish in another world all who do contrary to my will. Now the sons of Adam do not know the state of things that is to come. For this reason they fall into many errors. The beasts of the earth, the birds of heaven, and the fish of the sea are all under the control of my hands. All treasures and hidden things are known to me, and as I desire, I take them from one and bestow them upon another. I reveal my wonders to those who seek them, and in due time my miracles to those who receive them from me. But those who are without are my adversaries, hence they oppose me, nor do they know that such a course is against their own interest. For might, wealth, and riches are in my hand, and I bestow them upon every worthy descendant of Adam. Thus, the government, Adam means, the civilized human being. Thus, the government of the worlds, the transition of generations, and the changes of their directors are determined by me from the beginning. Chapter 4. I will not give my rights to other gods. I have allowed the creation of 4 substances, 4 times, and 4 corners, because they are necessary things for creatures. The books of the Jews, Christians, and Moslems, as of those who are without, except in a sense, i.e., so far as they agree with and conform to my statutes. Whoever is contrary to these, they have altered. Do not accept it. 3 things are against me, and I hate 3 things. But those that keep my secrets shall receive the fulfillment of my promises. Those who suffer for my sake, I will surely reward in one of the 3 worlds. It is my desire that all my followers shall unite in a bond of unity, lest those who are without prevail against them. Now then, all ye who have followed my commandments and my teachings, reject all the teachings and sayings of those as are without. I have not taught these teachings, nor do they proceed from me. Do not mention my name, nor my attributes, lest ye regret it. For ye do not know what those who are without may do. And, we see by the mention of Jews, Christians, and Muslims, which are, Muslim is actually a word that you'd have to say in Arabic goes way before Muhammad. It goes back to the beginning. But specifically in this context, we know what's being talked about, and we know that it's not, that this book is something afterwards. So this is a it's kind of like a book of Revelation sort of figure in terms of, it's a book of Revelation in terms of, these revelations have been put down, and in this way of thinking are these claims to revelation anyways, and in this way of thinking, what's the guidance now? Chapter 5. O ye who have believed in me, honor my symbol and my image, for they remind you of me. Observe my laws and statutes, obey my servants, and listen to whatever they may dictate to you. Of the hidden things, receive that is dictated, and do not carry it before those who are without, Jews, Christians, Muslimin, and others. Or we'll see in the Arabic which Muslimin or Muslim, and others, for they know not the nature of my teachings. Do not give them your books, lest they alter them without your knowledge. Learn by heart the greater part of them, lest they be altered. And let's look at the manuscript. Kitab Al Jilwah. Okay, well, that's pretty close. The texts themselves are in the public domain, so I think that's fair enough to